Welcome to Between the Left and a Hard Place. We are a center-left podcast. New York City, New York City, New York City, what have you done? In the Democratic primary, you have elected a socialist to represent the Democratic Party in the mayor election in November in New York City. Zohran Mamdani. He is a Democratic Socialist of America, and you elected him in the Democratic Party. I've maintained for a long time on my radio show and here on my podcast that the Democrats and the socialists do not belong in the same party. I've said the Democrats need to kick the socialists out. And here in New York City, the capital of capitalism, a socialist has won the Democratic nomination. Capitalism and socialism don't jive. They don't belong together. I have no problem with the socialists having their own party. And I have no problem with Zohran, the fact that Zohran's Muslim. I have a problem that he's a socialist. I have a problem with socialism. This, my friends, is the Democratic Socialists of America political platform. I beg you guys to read it. Here it is right here, DSA political platform. Please pull this down off the internet and read it, please. You have to know what this says. You have to know what Zohran believes. I know he's a young, really good-looking, intelligent, well-spoken guy, speaks with the charisma of Obama and Clinton. He's offering a lot of free stuff. I know he's offering, free healthcare, free childcare, free food, city-run grocery stores, whatever, rent control, free buses. I know there's a lot of free stuff he's offering and, to try and make things more livable in New York. And it all sounds great. It does. He wants millionaires to pay for it. He's going to increase the tax on millionaires. So I was watching CNN the other night, Abby Phillips' show, and Abby Phillips was like, well, millionaires already pay 52, 53% taxes. What's another 2 or 3%? Listen, Abby, I need you to ask Harry Anton to pull up what is the Loeffler curve, and explain it to you. Maybe that will help. Millionaires may leave in droves from New York. What if the New York Stock Exchange left New York? What if, all the banks, because the banking system plays a huge part of the country and the world in New York City. What if they started leaving New York in droves? Your sports teams, you have 6 sports teams in New York City. I'm not sure where the Islanders stadium is, but you have the Yankees, the Mets, the Nets, the Knicks, and the Rangers, and possibly the Islanders, who a lot of their players probably live in New York City. Anyway, none of them make less than $1 million. Why would they want to play in New York City after this? If this happens, they could go anywhere and play, especially the stars. Why would they want to come to New York? Why would someone, if you have nowhere else to go, if you're the last of the bottom of the professional athletes, then, of course you'd probably take that job. But if you're a star, you can play anywhere. Why are you going to come to New York? There's no way. Listen, in the DSA platform, everyone knows the big ticket items, right? Everybody knows about the big ticket items. Defund the police is probably the biggest, right? This is what Zohran wants. He's tweeted about it. You can go back and look at some of his tweets. Defund the police. Let all the prisoners out of jail. Abolish the prison system. This is a recipe for anarchy, if you ask me. Let all the immigrants in. Obviously, it's just New York City. Not only let them all in, but pay for them. I don't know how that can work. There's way more. They're an anti-white colonialism organization. So straight white men can say goodbye to their status in New York City. Most Democrats want equality. The Democratic Party, since JFK was president, was founded on equality. They backed equality and equality for all. Democratic Socialists don't want equality. They want to become the oppressor. They feel like they're the oppressed and they want to become the oppressor. You have to understand that the devil's in the details. Please read this. The whole point of me doing this little episode here is so that New Yorkers can go read the DSA political platform and decide if that's what they really want, if that's what they signed up for. Now, look, the Republicans missed a big opportunity here. They didn't run a mainstream candidate in the Republican Party for mayor. Curtis Sliwa won the nomination again. And Curtis Sliwa, no offense, Curtis, but you don't have a shot. Whereas a mainstream Republican might have had a shot. A guy like Lee Zeldin, for instance, I know he's probably happy in the Trump administration, but he would have had a good shot to win the mayor candidate come November. I mean, even a guy like a Democrat like Richie Torres would probably have a really good shot against Zohran if he wants to run as an independent. I'm not sure how Andrew Cuomo will do, but Richie Torres, I believe he won his district. He won his district by 80%. He could easily win. He could beat Zohran. And I don't know how socialism can possibly work in New York City. That's why I implore everybody to pull this down off the internet and read it. Seriously, I call this AOC's Project 2029 because she's obviously running for president and she's hoping to get the same inspiration that, that Zohran has gotten in New York. I mean, he's not mayor yet, but he's definitely the favorite right now. But AOC has the same qualities. She's young, attractive, intelligent, speaks well, well-spoken, charismatic, all those things. But the only problem is she's a socialist. She's an outright socialist, and this is her platform. This is her Project 2029. Please read it. The devil is in the details. That's my main focus right now, is to get people to understand what you voted for and if that's what you want. Seriously, if you want to understand why socialism can't work, please go find Bill Ackman's website and have him explain it, or other people. There's a lot of other people like him. I will try to do an episode, where we dig deep into, socialism and why it probably can't work in New York City. And please read the platform, understand the devil is in the details. Thank you for listening, and hopefully see you soon.